What's going on, Jerome? So the Minnesota Vikings definitely need to supplement the pass rush just a smidgen this year because besides Danielle Hunter, who may not be back, last season the Vikings couldn't really get anyone to get a consistent pass rush. Wanham had some moments before he blew out his quad, but the Vikings just simply could not get it done chasing the quarterback unless Flores had to blitz several times, a lot, leading the NFL in blitz percentage. But a certain name, a certain guy has just hit the market in Emmanuel Ogbah, former second-round pick out of the Oklahoma State University. Has been reported Schefter go. Dolphins plan to release a veteran linebacker, Emmanuel Ogbah, today per Souse. Miami signed Ogbah to a 4-year, $65 million deal after he posted back-to-back 9-sack seasons in 2020 and 2021. And, I wonder who Ogbah's coach / defensive play caller was in 2020 and 2021. Oh, God, that's Brian Flores music. All that stuff. But moving on from Ogbah, who is due a $14.925 million base salary, saves the Dolphins $13.7 against the cap. And even with the cap going up, Dolphins got some work to do. But I think that the Vikings could certainly benefit from adding Ogbah. So let's talk about the pass rusher today. Background, 30 years young, is going to be 31 in November, but he's 6'4", 275, Oklahoma State alum, 2015 first-team All-American, Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Go Pokes. Pew, pew, pew. Combine. Absolute freak, man. 9.34 out of 10 on the RAS scale. 4.63 40, elite in the jumps as well. Ended up being a second-round pick, number 32 overall by the Browns, and sort of whatever in Cleveland. Eventually got traded to the Chiefs in 2019. Had 5.5 sacks for the Super Bowl Champions that season. Ended up in Miami 2020 with Flo, and was fantastic, man. 127 combined pressures over those 2 seasons. Solid against the run, probably the best that he had been throughout his NFL career, as well as back-to-back 9.5 sack seasons. The last 2 have been plagued by injuries. Also, losing Flores, it's got to hurt. Right here, man. But only had 1 sack in 2022 after he went down with a tricep injury. Had a hammy in 2023. Also, sort of fell out of favor with the current regime. Was more of a situational backup pass rusher. Only appeared in 15 games. Only had 172 pass rushing snaps, but still posted 5.5 sacks and 20 pressures, which is pretty damn amazing. But He certainly would add something because the Vikings' edge rushing room is certainly up in the air because Davenport's on a void deal. Danielle Hunter potentially could be gone as well, and DJ Wanham is an open free agent. And frankly, I would rather pay Ogbah than Marcus Davenport. Plus, Ogbah's in a spot, especially after an injury-plagued season and then one where he effectively became a role player. He's not going to break the bank. I think that he's probably going to get like a 1-year, $4 or $5 million deal with a couple million in incentives, playing time, and sacks. I think that's where we're currently at, and I certainly would take him. Again, the success that Ogbah had, the best of his career, was the 2 seasons with Brian Flores, and he's a guy who can get his own pass rush. He can be decent. He doesn't cover a lot, but he can be decent in coverage. Also, a big part of his game is, so with pass rushers, when they know they're not getting home, reading the quarterback and getting your hands up. And Ogbah has a big time wingspan. One of the hallmarks of his game is batted passes at the line of scrimmage. He has 39 career PBUs, including 12 Dose in 2021, his final year of Brian Flores. So I think that in terms of value for the dollars thrown out there, I think Ogbah could give some supplemental pass rush situationally for the defense, and I think that he would be a hell of an asset for the Vikings to add. And even if they do bring back Danielle, even if they do bring back DJ Wanham, even if they do add edge rusher in the draft, and they believe in PJ2 and AC2 as well, I would still add Ogbah because you can never have enough dudes who can get after the quarterback. That's it, man. And Emmanuel Ogbah, I think he still has some good football left in him. Is he going to be the guy that's going to be paying, 10, 12, 15 million bucks per season and have him be your talisman on the edge? No, absolutely not. But is he a guy that could give you 250, 300 snaps a season situationally and get after that ass? Yes, absolutely he could. So I would be pretty fired up if the Vikings did end up with Emmanuel Ogbah. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings need to add the recently released former Dolphins, former Flores edge rusher in Emmanuel Ogbah. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.